Hello everyone. Today we will be learning to to sketch a pastry. So let's start. I will be sketching directly using the pen, the ink pen. But if you want, you can also use a pencil to, sketch out the outlines, and then you can use the pen for the detailings and everything. Okay, so let's start. By the way, if you have any questions, anything you want to ask, you can add it in the chat box. I'll see to your questions and I will answer it. Okay. So let's start with this. Hmm, okay. Let me set up the chat. Yeah. Okay. If you have any questions, add it in the chat box and I will see to it. Okay. First of all, we need to make a cake, right? We are making a cake. So first we need that triangle. Then here is our cherry. It's quite big. And then this. Then again, it's like this is the cream portion actually, which is covered here. Now, again, this is the dripping cream portion of the pastry. I feel hungry as I'm saying it. You know who doesn't love cake, right? Then there are some partitions where we have cream fills in between. Then now we will start with the ink work. Like we have done the basic sketch. This is all. Now we will do the ink work. So we'll run to each portion one by one and we'll complete it. Now again. This coloring here. And again this. Now we'll add some lines over here and some dots, like to make it look like there are some tones and variations. Like this. And darken this portion over here. And then once again, these lines here also. If you have any questions, anything you want to ask, you can add it in the chat box. I can see 3 people are watching. So write hi in the chat box so that I know that you are here. Okay, you are here, you are watching my live stream. And if you have any questions, you can add that also in the comment box, right? I can solve them. Now again, we will shade this portion. And this. And here again. And then again. If you have any questions, anything you want to ask, you can add it in the chat. Again, when we are doing ink work, there are some principles that we also need to take in mind. For example, one of them is that if you add strokes that are close to each other, then you will get to see dark tone. If the strokes are far from each other, then you will get to see light tones. For example, medium tone, the tones like the uh, strokes are far from each other. For example, here, light tone where there are no strokes or 1 or 2 strokes. Okay. So this is the principle that goes on the entire ink work thing. And then again. Okay, and these are small details that we are adding here in our pastry. You can also add something with, small, small dots. And then there is this. This line needs to darken up a bit. Anyone, any questions, anything you want to ask? Today I also, I purchased willow charcoal and I got the delivery today. So I'll add details about that thing tomorrow in my story. So go ahead to my Instagram and see that. Willow charcoal is really very nice. I will take a class on that also. Don't worry about that. You will take one class here. It is so it is so soft. Like I used a bit of it, and it was so soft. I was like, wow, this is magic. Now again, we will do this. First, we'll darken up the layer that is underneath. Anyone, any questions? Anything you want to ask? Anything in particular? Now again, we'll add some dots here. Now again, with inkwork, we are trying to show the crumples of the bread. Like there are some holes in the bread, right? That is what we are trying to show here. Now this. Again, this portion is super black. It's like pitch black here. So we'll color it up using our pen this way. But make sure you do it in the shape of the cherry. Now there is also a plate, like it's kept over a plate. You can use gel pen over here because this is supposed to be a bit broad. And again, we need to color this up. It's like it's kept at the edge of a cake presenter. Like they have these glass lids. They like it is made up of glass. It is like this much is the stem, like that, like it's there in the wine glass, and then there is a plate over it. So it is kept on that. Now we shade some areas of it that actually needs to be shaded. I'm adding strokes here, so make sure that you add strokes too. Anyone, any questions, anything you want to ask? Then even this needs to be darkened up so that it looks like, yeah, it is sitting over the plate. Do you have any questions, anything you want to ask? Right, hi in the chat box if you are there, you are watching. Do you have any questions, anything you want to ask? Two of you are here. Thank you for the hearts. But any questions, anyone? Three of you are here now. Again. Okay. Okay, so like the basics of ink work that goes like this. For example, I'll just make squares for each. This is the dark one, okay? Dark, or you can also call it depth, like you want to show the darkest portion or something that is in the shadow, the area. Okay, so where does that stand? That stands when there are so many strokes close to each other, okay, like this. There are little or no strokes here, okay? Sorry, no space here. Sorry, I said strokes. There are little or no space here. So this stands for dark. And for the middle tone, this was dark tone. Middle tone or medium tone, also known as medium tone. So even that, it is like this. Now it varies. You can have this also as medium tone. You can also have this also as medium tone. Okay, depends on what you are going to do. But if I place it one by, like each by a side, can you see that it looks like, okay, this is the dark tone, this is the medium tone. Okay, so amount of space that you add depends on this. Yes, Rekha, I will tell you, just 1 minute. Let me finish with this one. And then light tone. Light tone is where you have either one or two strokes far from each other or no strokes at all. Okay, no strokes. Few strokes or no strokes. Just remember this thing. Either few strokes or no strokes at all. So this is the basic of ink work. Like you can, if you can manage this, you can paint, you can do anything. You can make anything in ink work. Yes, Rekha chhod diya. Okay. I joined late. Please can you tell about what materials you used? Okay, the materials that I used here in this video are I just used one gel pen and one pilot pen. This is 0.5. Like the lines you can see they are thinner as compared to my gel pen. So I used 0.5 pilot pen, but you can also, eventually you have to upgrade yourself. Starting with this pen is okay, it is good, but when you know start doing things, you can upgrade to micron pens. Which pens? Micron pens. Okay, remember this. These are available. These are available in loose also. They are available in sets also. Sets of 8, sets of 12. I have seen, and they are from various brands. Okay, but I will suggest you, like, it's just my personal recommendation. Like what I have seen, superior quality. Sakura is the best. Like there are many other brands available here, but I don't think anyone can beat Sakura. And all the pens cost you the same. Like if you go to Brusto for these micron pens, or you go to Faber Castell, they cost the same. Like there is hardly 10 or 20 rupees difference. So why not go for the best one, right? So you can go for micron pens eventually, but start from this pilot pen. Don't go and buy it. Don't go to your parents and say, "Mom, I need to buy micron pens. I want to learn ink work." No, first learn ink work using this pen V5 high tech point. Okay, just say V5 pen, then they will give you pilot pen. Okay, start with this, and then you go ahead to micron pens. Micron pens is not a need, but when you start doing things, when you start understanding, then you will need it. Okay, you will not need it in the initial stage, but you will need it afterwards. Okay, when you want to make a even thinner line, thinner than this, with this pen, you can work on pressure like this. Okay, this is the and you can use also a gel pen. If you want to add thicker lines, you use a gel pen. So this way you already have two kinds of lines in within 70 rupees, right? So why spend 120 rupees on one micron pen? And you need to practice right now. So you can spend this much money on practice, right? Not everyone can spend. I mean, like some of you can spend, but not everyone, right? And art materials are expensive. I'm not going to lie. So anyone, any questions, anything you want to ask? Rekha ji, you want to ask anything? Did you understand what I was trying to say about the materials? Or you need, or you want me to concise it for you? Or should I write about it in the chat box so that you can, it will be better for you? What do you suggest, Rekha ji? Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Should I write about it in the chat box? I can do it if you want, if it's comfortable for you. Okay, anyone, any questions, anything you want to ask? No questions? It's nice. Thank you. I have taught many, like earlier, right now we are working on this. We are working on the YouTube channel. Before I used to teach on the application, Pankhuri app. So I taught many other, like this one, this one, this one was also in one of the lives. This one also. This. And this one. There were a lot. This is my doodling notebook. I like not everything is good in here, but everything is like okay. This was also a pen book something. And this. These are using dot pens. One more was there. I don't know where it is now. But there was one more. I remember. Maybe it was in some other sketchbook or something. This one. Yeah, I told you I had one on this page. Let me try, then only I will. I know about doubt. Yeah, you can try, and you can just check the Pankhuri's live schedule tab, so that if you want help, then you can join the session and you can ask me. Okay. My name is Navya, and you can see the session like on the thumbnail. It will be written the session by Navya, or no, my name will be there on the thumbnail basically. So anything else you want to ask? Okay, then bye bye everyone. Take care.